Jovi also asked, are you responsible for repairs or is the tenant buyer? The tenant buyer is responsible for repairs because they are living in the house. If they destroy something, they got to fix it. You break it, you buy it, baby. Just like going into an antique store. If the house were to catch on fire, who is responsible for paying insurance? Well, I pay insurance just because I like insurance. I like to be covered with insurance. I like to know that I am not going to have to come out of pocket with $100,000 to fix something. I actually had a house catch on fire in Gatlinburg last November. All of Gatlinburg caught on fire. Most of Gatlinburg caught on fire. And I had a house up there. And I had to sign that house, so I was not making monthly money on it. If I was, I would be making like $500 a month on it. So I lost $12,000 by assigning that house and not staying in the middle of it. Totally different story. But I had a house catch on fire and it reverts back to the seller because they've got a mortgage and the bank has the first line of defense if they can't pay the mortgage. Okay. The seller still has insurance. They have a landlord policy. I have insurance. I don't know what it's called. It's kind of like a landlord policy, but because I'm not on title, it's not like a full landlord policy, but it definitely covers the contents. I also have liability insurance. I've got an umbrella. I've got personal umbrella. I've got company umbrellas. I pay a ton of money in insurance, and I love writing those checks because I sleep better knowing that I'm covered. How much do I put aside for repairs? And what about vacancies in case you have to evict the tenant? I think we've already covered this, all right? If somebody gives you 15 grand, you've got enough in your pocket that you can put $5,000 into the house and then give somebody else to give you another 15,000, which replaces the 5 that you paid out and still gives you more money. And you got plenty of money to make those payments if the house goes empty. Right? Because we're talking about tenant buyers. We are not talking about renters. And I don't want to get down on renters, okay? I don't want y'all to think that, okay? I have apartments. I have renters in there. They're fantastic. I have a triplex. I've got renters in there. They're totally fantastic. They text me once a month when they put their payments in. I have 2 houses that I bought with a lease option, but I did a regular rental back out on them because I want to be able to do a 1031 exchange. And you can't do that if you do a sandwich lease option. You can buy it, but you can't sell it on a lease option if you want to do a 1031 exchange. So regular renters are fine. A lot of my students are regular renters, and they're trying to figure out how to buy their own house using lease option. This house right here that Jason and I live in, guess how we bought this thing? A lease option, okay? I had done like 48 or 9 or maybe 50 deals before I bought my house. I rented my mama's house and I had like 15. I had 15 houses in my portfolio and I was still renting my mom's house. So there's nothing wrong with being a renter. There's nothing wrong with renting houses. There's nothing wrong with regular renters, but there's good apples and then there's that one bad apple and it's going to spoil the whole bushel. You know what I mean? So when I say regular renters and I say it kind of like make you want to choke them, I'm talking about the bad guys. I'm talking about the ones that are going to let their dogs pee on the carpet. I'm talking about the ones that are going to skip out on you at night. I'm talking about the ones that are going to, you know, grow pot under the crawl space. I'm talking about the bad apples. Okay. Renters are fine. Regular renters are fine. A lot of times people are a regular renter when they're 40 or 50 years old because life happened. But they would like to get back into that tenant buyer role, to get back into that homeowner role, to get out of being a regular renter. People my age, millennials, some of us will always be regular renters because we don't want the responsibility of unclogging the toilet. We don't want the responsibility of finding out how much it's going to be to replace the roof. We don't want the responsibility of mowing the yard. Okay, so I'm not down on regular renters. I'm down on the bad regular renters. I'm down on the ones that are going to end up taking you to eviction court. All right, so I don't want you to get the wrong idea. Did I just say idea? I don't want you to get, I'm from East Tennessee in case you haven't noticed. I don't want you to get the wrong idea, I'm going to blush too, about being a regular renter. There's nothing wrong with that. There's some bad apples, and I just want to clarify the difference between the bad regular renters and tenant buyers. Okay, because there's a huge difference between the bad ones, the good ones, and the tenant buyers. Okay, I hope I got my foot out of my mouth on that one. Sorry, y'all. Okay, let me get a drink real quick and we'll go on to the next question.